Hey everyone, I think I'm live now. Welcome to another one of my LinkedIn live events. Today's topic is going to be how to start your one person life coaching business. Now, if you don't know, I actually have a signature life coach training and monetization program that is starting on 20th of July. And one question, I tend to get a lot is how do you actually start, right? So even if you, let's say, do get trained as a coach, how do you actually start building a, one person business? How do you actually start a life coaching business? What is the starting point? What is the end point? How do you know you're actually succeeding, right? So all of these questions are what I'm going to be answering today. Now, before we begin, a few concepts to understand, right? What is a one person business? So a one person business is basically self-explanatory, a business which is run by only one person. We also call such people solopreneurs, right? So instead of entrepreneurs, they are solopreneurs, which means that people who are running their venture all alone. I am someone who's a solopreneur. I have a one person life coaching business which makes multi six figures every month, and from the moment I've started my business, I have always known that I didn't want to hire anyone. I didn't want to work with anyone, and I didn't want to work for anyone. Obviously, that is why I got into business. But from the moment I started my business, I always knew that I didn't want to work with someone. It's because not only it is hassle free, but because a life coaching business is very easy to run when it comes to just one person. You don't really need to hire people. You don't really need a lot of fancy stuff to actually run a one person life coaching business. So that is why this live event today is specifically for people who are aspiring coaches or current life coaches who want to run a one person business, right? Now, you may be someone who wants to do a business of their own, but you don't want to do it into coaching. So this live event may or may not apply to you, but you can stay here, learn from whatever I'm talking about, but it may or may not apply to you. So this event is specifically for people who are aspiring coaches and current coaches, right? So before I start, I'm just going to quickly check if my audio and video is fine, and then we're going to begin. Okay. I think it's working fine. But in case if there is any interruption, I am apologizing beforehand because it's very windy in Bangalore. And as much as I love it, it also interferes with my live events. All right. So, as I was saying, that a one person business is basically a business that is run by one person. So, similarly, a one person life coaching business means that a life coach is running their business all alone, right? Everything that they're doing is done by themselves. For example, me, right? I'm a life coach. So, everything that I do in my business is done by me, be it the core work that I do, which is actually coaching or marketing my work or talking to people or creating my programs. Everything is something that I do, right? I've never really hired anyone. I don't really pay any salaries. Anything and everything that I do is all on my own. Now, before I tell you more about this, I want to share, in like a few lines why this idea appealed to me. So, from like when I was very young, I've always known that, I wanted to create impact in other people's lives, right? I wanted to do work that is meaningful. And I also knew that my interest lied in personal growth, psychology, spirituality. And I loved, you know, understanding how do people think and feel and why do they think and feel a certain way, right? So that passion of mine and the fact that I always want to do something of my own. I didn't want anyone to dictate how much money I'm making, how much time I'm working for. This resulted into a one person coaching business. uh, but the reason I always wanted to run a one person coaching business is, and this is something I've written about in my LinkedIn post as well, is I'm an introvert. Okay, I am not a people person. I can talk to people. In fact, it's very ironic because my profession is talking to people, but I'm not someone who gets energized by talking. Right, I'm someone who gets energized by spending quality time alone, reflecting, and spending time with myself, and basically recharging. Right. So the reason I always wanted to do one person business is, first, it's very easy to start, right? My one person life coaching business did not require any investment apart from what I made into my brain, which is learning business skills and becoming actually a trained coach, which is what we'll talk about more in today's event. Apart from that, everything that I've done in terms of marketing has been organic, right? So organic marketing is basically something where you do it for free, right? And the channel you use is social media, right? So my marketing has always been free. Even today, when I can afford to hire very easily, to market myself, I don't do that because I prefer organic marketing. One reason was this was second reason why my business appealed to me, right? First one was obviously I was an introvert, so I don't actually like to work with people. Second one was it was very easy to start. The third thing was that when it comes to business, right, your income potential is obviously like limitless, but it also means that you are not working in a job, right? So it means that your income may go up and down, and I didn't want that pressure on myself that I have to pay someone's salary, right? Even now when I can easily afford to do that, I don't want that, right? Because obviously over a period of time I've come to realize that it's it's very easy to run a one person coaching business if you know how to set systems, right? Which is what I've done in my business. I don't work for more than 3 to 4 hours. So I didn't want that pressure on myself that I have to pay someone, right? Because when I was starting out my business, I did not start with a lot of capital. In fact, the money that I invested into my brain, which is my coach training, came from my own salary, as well as some amount of money that I took from my own parents, right? It's not like I had a lot of big capital. So I was very clear with a very few things. One is that I didn't want my business to be very capital intensive, okay, which is why my one person coaching business was perfect to start with. Second one was I did not want a recurring cost, right? So for example, when you're running a business, like let's say you're running a cafe, or you're running a bakery, or you're running, let's say, a grocery shop, there are recurring costs, right? You have to buy raw materials, you have to pay for someone's salary, you have to pay for rent, right? So when that recurring cost is on someone's head, business can feel very intimidated, specifically in the first 6 to 8 months. I did not want that, right? And this is why the one person coaching business model appealed to me so much, because I did not have to take up anything. I did not have to pay a recurring revenue to anyone or anything. In fact, until I actually became a six figure coach, I did not even buy a Zoom Pro. Like my coaching sessions would happen on free Zoom account, right? So I was very clear that my business is going to be profit first business, because nobody is sponsoring me, right? I'm not raising capital, I'm not raising lakhs and crores of rupees, right? So I always knew that my one person coaching business is going to be profit driven, and this is also a philosophy that I'll be teaching inside LCTM. So if you don't know, LCTM is my life coach training and monetization program, which is launching on 20th of July. And one of the core things that I'll be teaching people inside after they get certified as a coach, after they have gotten their training done, is how to actually start and scale their business. And that philosophy is completely going to be based on profit first philosophy. Because when it comes to a business, if you're not really making profits, you're not really doing a business, right? It's just a joke. So coming back to the original point, this is why I wanted to do a one person coaching business. I didn't want anyone to dictate my time and my freedom, and how much money I'm making. I did not like the idea of working with people, because I'm not really an extrovert, right? Now a lot of people who run one person coaching business do have huge friend groups, and they also network with people in the industry. I am not like that, okay? I was very clear that I like working alone. So that was the second thing. The third thing was that I honestly was not getting sponsored by someone. So I was very clear that I wanted to do a business which did not require lots of capital, right? Which only required my brain and my skills, right? And I could market organically. So it all became about monetizing my skills, right? Not using something external, but using my own brain to create a business, using my own brain to create value. And obviously, as a result of value, there is money, right? So that is how my brain functioned. That is how I thought and what my thought process was. All right. So when it comes to starting your own one person life coaching business, your starting point could be anything, right? For example, you could be a working professional right now who wants to do meaningful work, who has always felt this passion towards helping people, who is someone who's very empathetic, who can feel other people's feelings, and you feel that this is a quality you want to use in your career. This is something that you actually want to make a career out of. Maybe you are someone who really wants to create impact in other people's life, and this is something that brings you most amount of satisfaction. And you are someone who also wants to do it in a form of a business. You don't actually like people dictating you. You don't actually like people telling you that this is what you can get, this is the amount of money you can make. You don't actually like that, right? So your starting point could be anything. You could be a working professional. Similarly, you could be a non-working professional. Maybe you are someone who's a business owner. Maybe you are someone who's a freelancer, who has realized that you enjoy working in a field where you're helping people make a difference in their life. you are working in a field where you actually want to guide people, where you actually want to make a difference in other people's life, through helping them. Maybe you are that, or maybe you are someone who already has their coaching certificate. You already are trained as a coach, but you have zero idea of how to start your business, right? And this is the truth for most people, because they just go and get trained under their mentors, and nobody tells them that, okay, after getting your coaching certificate, you actually have to learn business skills to actually monetize it, right? And that is why there are lots of coaches who have certificates, but there are very, very few coaches who are trained as well as, run a successful business that are actually, that is actually paying them money every single month, right? And this is one of the reasons why LCTM has the monetization program in it, right? So when I was crafting this program, when I was creating this life coach training program, the first thing that I always kept in mind was what were the problems that I had. And I'll talk about this more as well, but one of the biggest problems that I had when I got my coach training done was, now what do I do? Now I'm trained as a coach, I have the skills, now what do I do with it? Like, how do I make money from it? How do I actually make a career from it, right? And this is why I'm also teaching monetization skills and business skills inside LCTM. Because after you've gotten your life coach training done inside LCTM, the second part is going to be learning business skills, learning how to create an offer, learning how to market yourself, learning how to set income goals for yourself, learning how to diversify your income as a coach, learning how to actually create a business and run a business, learning how to create systems and processes. Because that is something that I struggled with, because I have only seen two things, okay, in my coaching journey personally. Yours could be different. Either people would just give out certificates that, oh, you know what, come under us, get certified, or there are, fake business coaches who have never run a business for themselves and they're teaching you how to do business. And I realized that there is no single person who has a life coaching business of their own and who is teaching you how to actually, become a life coach and actually make money from it. There were two very stark contrasts. Either people were just telling you how to get your certificate, or they were, fake business coaches who have never run a business of their own telling you how to do business. And that is something that felt like a pyramid scheme to me. And this felt like, now what? So that is why when I was creating LCTM, this was a core problem in mind that I had, that this is what I want to solve, because I don't want someone else to go through the confusion and the frustration that I went through. That, what do you do, right? What do you do after you have your coaching certificate? So, coming back to the point, now you could be anywhere, right? You could be a working professional, you could be a non-working professional, you could be someone who's an existing coach. So it applies to all of you when it comes to, this live event, when it comes to us talking about how do you actually start your one-person coaching business. So when it comes to your one-person life coaching business, there are two aspects to it. Okay, there are two sets of skills you need to acquire to start your one-person life coaching business online. Okay, now this model can also be applied offline, but there would be certain nuances. If you're someone who's interested in doing that, you can always book a session with me. But today we are just going to focus on, doing it online. So before I start, I'm just gonna again quickly check if my audio and video is working fine, because I am deeply paranoid that it's not, because it has happened to me multiple times. All right, it is working. Great. So the very first set of skill you need to acquire is very self-explanatory. It is coaching skills. Now, before I explain more on this, I'm just gonna give you a disclaimer, okay? I got a very, very lovely question, very interesting question a while back. And this person told me that, Yanshi, I really want to become a coach. But aren't there too many coaches? And I also wrote a post about it. I think it's gonna get published in an hour or so, where I wrote that there are three types of coaches in the world. Okay. One are coaches who are not trained. They like to give advices. Basically, they are people who want to give advices. They've suddenly discovered their love for personal growth, and they don't actually want to get trained because they don't want to invest in their education, invest in their brain, but they like to call themselves coach, right? You don't have to worry about this lot. Why? Because they are not actually skilled or trained enough to create a career out of it. Their business is just limited to the social media calling themselves coach. It's like I can call myself anything online, right? I can sit and I can call myself, I am the president of a made up country. Who's gonna know? I can sit here and say that I am an award winning coach. I got 40 under 40, 50 under 50 and 50 and whatnot. It's not going to make a difference. I can call myself whatever the hell I want because I want to create an illusion, but doesn't mean that I actually have a business. How do you know when you actually have a business? You have actual, real paying clients. That's how you know you have a business. So you don't have to worry about that. There are a lot of people out there who are untrained, who are not certified, and forget the certification part. That's something I don't care about, but who are not trained. Basically, they don't actually know how to coach, what to coach about. Basically, they don't know coaching skills. So that is the first lot, wherein people who just like to give advices call themselves coach. You don't have to worry about them because they don't actually have clients or have a business. The second number is of people who are trained as coaches but they don't know business skills. So these are people who are quite possibly very talented, very skilled. They actually can create difference in other people's lives, but they are not learning business skills to actually create a business, right? Because again, if you don't have clients, you don't really have a business. So they fulfill the first criteria, that they're actually trained but they don't really have business skills. So that's the second lot. The third lot, where very 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 few coaches actually live, are people who are trained and are making a sustainable income from the business, which means that they actually have a business, right? They're not on the verge of shutting it down, or it's not a hobby for them. So we are focused on coming under the third category. That is what my goal with LCTM is, that you come under the third category, that you not only get trained, but you actually create a business for yourself, right? So coming to the point that I was going to talk about, that there are two sets of skills you need to learn, right? The first is a core skill, which is you actually need to learn coaching, right? It's a core skill. Like, it's non-negotiable, and I can't believe I have to say it again and again, because I do get people who tell me that, Rianshi, I have a lot of life experience. Can I just use that life experience to help people? And I always say that, yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to do that, but doesn't mean that you actually have a business. Doesn't mean that people will actually pay you for that, because people don't pay you for advices. They actually want to get the problem solved. And how do you actually solve people's problems? Through learning the skills of coaching, right? So for example, when I designed LCTM, what you're going to learn inside the program is, how do people think and feel? You're going to learn about the different types of personalities people have, how to coach these different types of personalities. How do you actually help different type of people come out of different mindset blocks they actually have, right? You're going to complete your coaching hours. You're going to actually have real time experience helping people solve their problems. So again, as I said, right, so this is a core skill. So first is you get trained as a life coach, right? You can get your training done from anywhere you want to. If you're someone who wants to get the training and the monetization under one umbrella, LCTM is the perfect place to be at. The program is starting at 20th July, so you can just DM me LCTM and I'll tell you more about it. So the very first part is life coaching, right? You actually need to learn how to coach. Now under this, you're going to learn a lot of things. You're going to learn how to develop coaching skills, how to actually ask powerful questions, how to actually hold space for a client, how to actually help a client come to their own answers. So the difference between coaching and people who think that coaching is advising is that when you are in a coaching conversation, you're not coming from a place that, what, I know better, I will tell you what to do. So people who like to give advices come from that place. Okay, they feel that I know better, I will tell you how to lead life. That's not what coaching is, right? So if you see, it's very normal to feel that I want to give advice to other people. It makes you feel important. But if you actually want to be able to help people, you need to learn coaching, right? Because when people are paying you money for coaching, they're not coming to you for advices. They want to develop the ability to come to their own answers, right? That is what coaching is really about, and that is what you learn under your coach training. And obviously you learn different aspects of psychology. You learn different aspects of how do you actually help a person out with different types of personalities. For example, one of the core themes that I have included under LCTM is basics of trauma work, right? So along with the coach training that you will do, along the modules that you will learn, additionally you will also learn what are the basics of trauma work, so that you understand how deep can you actually take a client and how deep their problems really are, right? So again, under coach training you will learn a lot of things. The point is, you will essentially learn how do you help a person out, because this question is very deep. Because when a person is coming to you for help, it's not like they don't know the obvious answers to the solutions, right? For example, let's say I'm coming to you and I'm telling you, you know what, I just can't lose weight. Now, if you are someone who's an untrained coach and who likes to call themselves a coach, you will give me advices. do this, do this, do this. I have done this for myself. Here is a guide, here is a manual. You will do all of that shit. That's not coaching. And probably I will never come to you again. But if you are a true trained coach, you will help me figure out why am I not losing weight. You will help me figure out why is it that I'm stuck. Why is it that even though I know the answer, I have the diet plan, I know how to exercise, why am I not doing it? And when you take me deeper, right, you will be able to help me figure out what is the reason I'm not doing it. Maybe I'm someone who doesn't believe in myself. Maybe I'm someone who feels that I will never be able to lose weight. Maybe I'm someone who has had a past experience of so much body shaming that now I believe that no matter, even if I lose weight, nobody will like me. Or maybe I am someone who hates my body so much that even though I want to lose weight, I self sabotage myself. So this amount of deep work, and obviously it can go deeper, is something that you only get when you actually undergo your coach training, right? When you actually take support. And this is one of the reasons why LCTM is also a lifetime program, which means that once you are inside LCTM, you're in it for life. It's not a 2 month, 3 month, or 4 month program. It's a lifetime program. So when you are inside, you receive support for life, because as a coach, sometimes you will have tricky clients. Sometimes, life will happen and you may feel that, oh my God, I'm off the rails. And in that moment, every single week in our weekly support sessions that we will have, you get to come here, you get to sit opposite to me, and you get coached, right? Because as a coach, you also need a coach. You need a support system to come back to again and again. And this is why whenever you are also undergoing your coach training, the one thing to also look for is to sharpen your ability to think critically, to not come from that place that I know better than you, I will tell you how to live life, I will tell you because I'm so great. That's not coaching. Okay, you are not some pandit or baba or something like that. Okay, don't go down that path. Nobody will ever take you seriously if you go down that path. So, when you are a true trained coach, you will learn how to help a client arrive to their own answers. And you learn this through the art of asking the right questions at the right time, holding space, and understanding different levels of personality of your clients, your potential clients. This is why coaches actually get paid. It is not because they give advices. So don't ever confuse this. And that is why never ever get intimidated or scared by fake coaches, because believe me, they don't have a business. Anybody can call themselves anything online. I can sit here and call myself a musician. I can sit here and call myself a magician. I can call myself a potter, an engineer, a scientist. Who cares? Right? I can write anything on my bio on LinkedIn or on Instagram. Doesn't actually mean that I have a business. So don't ever be scared or intimidated by what people write on their, profiles. Always look for, do they actually know what they're talking about? Are they actually solving right problems? Right? That is the question you need to focus on. And this is the kind of belief that you will also develop inside LCTM. That when I am a coach, I'm solving problems, I'm solving the right set of problems, and that is why it doesn't matter who is outside and what number of coaches are outside. Because as a coach, your self belief is also one of the core things you will get to learn inside LCTM. And even if you are not getting trained inside LCTM, maybe you got trained somewhere else, self belief is something that you're going to need to work on, right? Because your belief as a coach, what you think and feel as a coach, is what is going to determine what your client think and feels about you and about themselves, right? Now that's the very first part of the uh, starting your 1% life coaching business part, which means you need to learn coaching skills. You need to learn how, do you actually coach. Okay, so before going forward, I'm just gonna see if there are any questions so far. Is there a recording of this available? So I do upload recordings of these live events on YouTube as well later on. So if you want, you can just go to my YouTube, like just type Priyanshi Agrawal, or you can just go to my profile. You will find the YouTube channel link on my link tree, so you can find it there. So yes, I do upload it. Now, coming back to the topic at hand. After you are done with your coach training, okay, after you are done with learning how to become a coach, the second part is business skills. which is learning how to monetize your coaching skills, like learning how to make money from the core skill that you have, which is coaching skills. So, how do you really do that? Is you need to understand that it's very simple when it comes to running a business. What is a business? You solving a problem. That's it. That's really it. So, what you really need to do is you really need to communicate to your potential clients that this is how I solve a problem. And how do you do it? You do it through marketing yourself. And what is marketing? Marketing is nothing but telling people one thing in 1,000 different ways, that this is how I help you, right? In fact, I have done multiple events on this inside my community as well, called the Empowered Coach Community, where I've done a lot of free sessions. Those sessions are also uploaded on YouTube, so you can also watch them out. And if you want to be part of that community called the Empowered Coach Community, you will find the link for it in the featured section of my profile, or you can just DM me for the link. Now, coming back, what is marketing? Marketing is just telling people how you help them in 1,000 different ways. That's it. So, how do you actually tell them is what is also something you learn inside LCTM. So, when it comes to marketing, you have to understand that marketing is not magic. Okay, there is no strategy. I won't say strategy. There is no magic strategy I can tell you. Okay, marketing as a coach, specifically as a coach. If you're in different industry, that I don't care about. But as a life coach, your marketing will come from two places. Okay, one is who do you think your ideal clients are? Okay, and determining that, again, something you will learn inside LCTM. Second is who are you as a person? Because I will tell you one thing: when it comes to a coaching business, your life coaching business, people don't buy from you because you know something groundbreaking. In fact, not just life coaching in general, people buy from you because of the personality that you have and because of what you make them feel. I'm going to repeat again. People will buy from you based on what you feel about yourself and how you make them feel. So, marketing is a culmination of two things: your ideal clients, whoever they are, right? And again, there is a systematic process on how to determine your ideal clients and how to write for them, how to create content for them. Everything will be covered inside LCTM, so you don't have to worry about that. Second is who are you as a person. So, I'll tell you what. For example, I am, as a person, as a coach, I am very direct. Okay, my voice is authoritative by nature, and I do not write fluffy motivational content. I don't write content that is all over the place. Like, my content is very direct because I am, as a person, very direct, right? So my voice is like that. But there are other coaches whose voices are different. So people who are meant to come into my energy, who prefer direct voice, who prefer direct solutions, who prefer that I tell them things directly, will always come to me. And that is why all of my clients have always told me that, Rianshi, we love the fact that you tell us the truth. You never beat around the bush. Similarly, maybe let's say someone who prefers content that makes them feel positive, that makes them feel like I don't have any problem in my life and stuff like that, may go to someone else. But I don't write like that, right? That is my voice. So if you are someone who doesn't, appreciate directness, or who, doesn't appreciate, let's say, the voice that I have, you are not my client. It's that simple. So, who you are as a person, how confident you are in your voice, again, something that will work inside LCTM as well, is going to play a very big role in your marketing. Because when it comes to coaching, you have to understand that you are helping people think and feel better. Okay. So, when people are coming to you, they need to trust you to actually buy from you. And how do they actually trust you? They will trust you when you are being your most authentic self, which means that if you are someone who likes to, let's say, create content in a way which is artistic, right? Maybe let's say you don't prefer writing text, you prefer creating beautiful videos. So your clientele will love that about you. But for that, you need to be very, very authentic and confident in who you are. And this confidence as a coach is something that develops when you know how to become confident, when you understand yourself, and when you understand the energy behind selling and energy behind marketing. Again, these are the modules, very, very beautiful modules that will be covered inside LCTM when we study business skills. That what is the energy behind selling? Why is it that some coaches are able to sell at every price point, whereas some coaches are not able to sell even if they sell very cheap? So the difference between this is the energy. Because you need to remember that people buy from emotions, they don't buy from logic. Always remember that. And when you are being yourself, when you know who you are authentically, People will buy from you because of who you are. They will never buy from you because you're solving some problem that nobody else can solve, right? So this part is very crucial when it comes to marketing. A lot of people get confused between, oh my god, somebody else should do marketing for me, I don't want to sell, I don't want to market, I'm just a coach, people should come to me. It doesn't work that way, right? If you are a coach, it's your moral responsibility to sell and learn how to market yourself, because you have to understand that you have the ability to make a difference in other people's lives, right? And it is your job to tell people that you exist. And if you don't tell people that you exist, you're also robbing of other person's chance to actually make a difference in their life, because they were supposed to be helped by you, but now they're not getting the help because you don't want to show up, because you don't want to learn. So you have to remember that as a coach you have an immense amount of power, the power to create difference in other people's lives. So you need to be bigger than your fears. You need to put learning and flexibility, and you need to invest in your brain as a priority. In fact, the first thing I did in the first year of my business was just invest in my business. I did not buy expensive things. In fact, I stayed in my hometown because I wanted to save expenses. I did not move to Bangalore. I did everything I could, but I invested in my brain, and that is what enabled me to scale to six figures in my business in less than eight months in my business. So the point is, you have to put investing in your brain as the very first priority, right? So in business skills as well, what does it really mean when we're talking about business skills? So once you have done your coach training, the very first thing is you first need to understand what exactly are you selling, right? Because you're not selling like a product, right? Like a pen or a pencil. You are selling your ability to help someone else, which means that you are serving them. So you are selling a service. So here the first thing you do is you create an offer, that this is how I can help you. And what is an offer? An offer is basically you telling person that this is how I can help you, that I conduct 4 one-on-one sessions, or maybe I do a workshop, or maybe you can work with me for 3 months and this is what I charge for it. I again have a very big training on this on YouTube available. I did it inside my community. You can just go watch it there. So first is creating an offer. Second is marketing that offer. Again, how do you market? You tell people why should they actually buy from you. And always remember that when it comes to being a sold out coach as well, and being someone who's able to sell no matter what you're selling, you have to care about your clients more than yourself. And this is a mistake that I see a lot of people make, even the ones who are trained coaches. Their content is just here and there, their strategy is just not targeted. They write anything and everything, right? And because of this, they also get clients who are just here and there. They are ones who like their content, but they don't actually buy from them. We don't want people like that. Okay, you're a coach, you're not an influencer. We're not behind likes and comments. Okay, so as a coach, your job is to serve. And how do you serve them is you talk to your clients in your content, not to yourself. You don't tell people how great you are, or write motivational content which is irrelevant to what you're talking about, right? So this targeted marketing strategy is what is something that comes under business skills that you will learn inside LCTM as well, which is how do you actually create a marketing strategy for your business and for yourself, right? How do you market yourself as a coach where people actually want to buy from you, not just like your content and be like, oh, okay, we love your content but don't love it enough to actually buy from you. That's not the place you want to be at. Similarly, the next part is learning how to sell. So again, a lot of people who are even trained coaches, they don't know how to sell, and it's not their fault, because selling is something that nobody actually taught us. And we have this image of selling that, oh my god, selling is so exhausting, and I'll be like that pushy salesman on phone who just keeps telling people that you can buy from me, you can do this, you can do that, and people will reject me. So we have like a very negative view about selling, and this does not help you in any way. You have to understand, because see, first is, as a person you're always selling either way, right? You're always selling your thoughts. Every time you're communicating, you're selling your thoughts. So in your business, you need to learn how to sell, and there is a technique to that, there is a strategy to that as well. And this is also something you'll learn inside LCTM, and you don't have to worry about that. But you need to understand that selling is something that's non-negotiable. You need to learn how to sell, because it's a part of doing your business. If you don't sell, people don't buy, and if you don't sell and they don't buy, you're not serving anyone. Selling is service. For example, Let's say, I am doing this live event right now from a laptop, right? And if this company would not have sold this laptop, or not have spoken about this device, I would not have this, right? I would not have this device right now, which means that I also would not have my online business. So what happened? I also got deprived of something, right? So you need to remember that selling is service. When you sell, you are telling someone that this is how I can help you. And that help may mean small to you, but it's very big for them. So as a coach, your responsibility to sell is very big, because that is how people get into your energy. That is how people will know that, okay, this there is a way out in my life. For example, there are so many of my clients who have told me again and again that, Rianshi, we actually did not know that our problems could be solved. I did not know that there was a solution to my problem. Because again, a lot of us, don't really know, or don't really come from backgrounds where we have been told that our problems can be solved, right? Or there is a fixed mindset that has been encouraged, in our family system, where people have always told us to compromise and adjust, but not really take out a solution for our problem. For example, one of the things that recently someone who enrolled into LCTM told me was that, Rianchi, I have always wanted to create impact in other people's lives, and I thought that I will never be able to do it, because I have been doing my job for about 8 years now. So the point I'm trying to make is that you never really know who needs you. But the only way to find out is to put yourself out there. So selling is very important. And this amount of self-belief is what you will also learn inside LCTM, which is actually what is priceless. Because as a coach, you can get your training from anywhere, right? But this self-belief is what matters. And when you are inside LCTM, not only do you get this self-belief when you're getting your training done, but you also get this self belief when you're setting up your business, and you get this for a lifetime, right? Which is an absolutely steal deal. Okay, so so far as I've told you, there are two sets of skills: core skills, which is a skill of coaching. Second is the skill of business. You need both of this to start your one-person life coaching business, right? Now I want to talk about what are the mistakes that I did, what are the things that I have learned, and what are the things that I wish I knew. Now, before I go to that, I just want to answer a few questions that I've gotten repeatedly from aspiring coaches again and again. And these are very valid questions because, again, if you're someone who's never really run a business before, there are a lot of fears around it. There are a lot of fears around instability, the fear of doing something new, the fear of actually taking a step towards your dreams. So I want to answer all those questions. Okay, again, I'm just going to quickly see if there are any questions so far, and then we'll move forward. Okay, so it's not really a question. Someone has just asked me the link to the community again. So, as I've said, all the links, okay, all the links to all the communities are available in the featured section of my profile. So, just go to my LinkedIn profile. There is something called a featured section. If you scroll it, you will find everything there. Or you can just go to my profile. There is a blue line written, here is how I can help you. Just click on it, you will find everything there. Okay. All right. So, I'm just gonna start with the question part. Just give me 1 second. All right, so I'm back. Okay, so the very first question that I tend to get about starting a coaching business is, what is the investment? Now, this question comes from two places. Okay, one is coming from a place of curiosity, that what is the investment in terms of both money and time. Another is something that comes from a place of a lot of fear. Oh my god, how much money and time do I need? Oh my god, is this another expense? Oh my god, I don't want to spend my time and money here. Oh my god, I have so many commitments already, should I actually do it? So to this I always say that there will never come a time which will be perfect in your life, okay, to start a business, because there will always be something. After you cross the age of 18, there will never come a time you will be free. There will never come a time where you will not have responsibilities. In your early 20s, you will be busy with your career or your relationships. In your mid 20s, probably you're getting married. In your early 30s, you're probably having kids. In your late 30s, you're probably saving up your kids' education. So there will never be a time. And I am guessing that everyone who's watching this event is probably over the age of 20, 21, or whatever, right? So there is never going to be a time you will have free time. So, but I will tell you this. So there is a common feeling among every single person who wants to be a coach is the desire to create an impact and lead a meaningful life. And I'll tell you something about impact driven individuals because I am one myself. The desire to create an impact never dies. Okay. So the dissatisfaction that you feel every single day in your body that I am doing something that I don't like, and this is specifically for people who are doing jobs that they don't like. Maybe you do like your job, so maybe it doesn't apply to you. So that desire to want to create an impact will always be there. It will not go away. Okay. And that is why I also get a lot of DMs today where people tell me that, Rianshi, I wish I would have started earlier, right? To that I always say that there will never be a time where you will feel, oh my god, I'm completely ready, because you will never be. Okay. Because again, if you're an adult, um, you actually have a career and you are a fully functioning adult, there will never come a time you will not have responsibilities. You will always have it. So you need to understand that you're going to have to create time in your life, right? Both create time and money. Money is not really a problem. Money is more of a, what do you say, uh, how do you put it? It's a math thing, right? Just save up money to invest in yourself. It's that simple. If you don't want to invest in yourself, then again, I nobody can help you. Then you will be one of those people who write coach in their bio but aren't actually trained. So I'm talking about the time part. Okay, there will never come a point where you will be completely free. So for example, I am someone who's not married, right? I'm single, and I don't have a lot of, I would say, conventional responsibilities on me. But it doesn't mean that I don't have responsibilities otherwise, right? I am busy, but I still invest in my education. To this date, I'm involved in different coaching programs. To this date, I'm still pursuing, different courses at different points of time. So there will never be a time where you will be completely free. So get this straight into your head that you need to create time. Now let's talk about how much time. So for the ones who are enrolling into LCTM, I've told them straight away that the curriculum classes, right, the coach training classes are going to happen every Saturday. So you're going to need 2 hours for that. So you're going to require 2 hours for that. And the additional homework that I may give you, it will require maybe 1 hour or 2 hour, 1 hour or 2 hour. Every single Friday we have support sessions. Now you can show up for them or you cannot show up for them, again completely your choice, because these sessions are for lifetime. You can always come and seek support when you want to. But coach training classes which are happening every Saturday, that you need to, attend or watch it later on in the recording in the portal that you have. So the point is that every week you need to give at least 3 to 4 hours. If you can't give 3 to 4 hours to your dreams, then again, that's very questionable. Okay, you need to give at least that much time. Now, let's come to the part, how can you actually transition, because this is a question I also get. Now, again, there are two sets of questions I get. One is, I can't quit my job because I have bills to pay and I have a family and all of that. To that, I always say, who told you to? Nobody's telling you to quit your job. In fact, my advice is, don't quit your job. I'll tell you my favorite theory. Okay, um, this is called the cash and sex theory. I've spoken about it before as well in my live events. That there are two types of projects you pursue in life. One are cash projects, one are passion. Another is passion project. Cash projects are the projects that put food on your table. Passion projects are the projects that are, that keep you up at night, that drive you, right? They make you feel like, you're on fire. They make you feel very passionate. You need both, because if you only do cash project, specifically applying to aspiring coaches, you will completely lose all sense of motivation and happiness in your life, because you're just working for money. If you only do passion project and your passion project is not making money, then obviously you will go broke. So what I advise is, have a transition period. If you're a working professional, you need to take out 3 to 4 hours for your training, right? That will last for 3 to 4 months. After that, you learn business skills inside LCTM, and since it's a lifetime program, you can take as long as you want to. So for that, you can adjust your time. The point is, make a slow transition. Okay, start your coaching business on the side. Okay, you will be, again, you will be taught how to do that as well inside. Have clients on the side. See if you're able to replace your job income with your business income. If you feel that you can, quit your job then. Otherwise, you don't have to. I'll tell you, I had a client of mine who got trained under me only. I taught her how to do business. She never quit her job because she loved her job so much. So if you're someone who loves your job, you don't have to quit your job to be a full-time solopreneur or run a full-time coaching business. You don't actually have to do that. So this is not a compulsion that you have to quit your job. Don't ever go into that. In fact, if you are someone who's very afraid that I will run out of money, you have a lot of insecurity about running a business, do it on the side. Give 3 to 4 hours a week to your passion. That's the least you can do, right? So do that, experiment with it. See, take clients when you want to, and see, if you feel that, okay, you know what, I'm able to replace my business income with my job income, then you can quit if you want to. And if you feel that, you know what, I don't want to do that, then don't do that, right? The best case scenario is going to be that you will have an alternate source of income, so more money than what you're making from your job. The next benefit is obviously going to be that it's gonna rain. The next benefit is, you will be recession proof, which means that even if you want to quit your job, your source of money will actually not stop. And the worst case scenario will be nothing. You would just keep doing your job, right? So there's nothing to lose but a lot to gain. So you don't actually have to quit your job. Your transition period can be completely on your own whim, can be customized to you. And if you actually want to customize it, again, this is something that we help inside LCTM. You get to talk to me personally and we help create a transition period for you. So don't worry about quitting your job. It's not this or that situation. You don't have to go extreme. You don't have to just quit your job and be like, oh my god, what to do. Don't have to do that, right? Have a transition period. Now, the next question I get is, how do I know if this is the right career fit for me? So to this, again, I will answer this in two levels. The first is, how do I know if this is the right career fit for me? So if you are asking me from a place of validation that, oh my god, I'm scared, I don't know, to that I will always tell you that if you are someone who knows that I want to create impact in other people's life, you are empathetic, you feel this need. The reason you're attending this live event or maybe watching this as a recording is that you have this need, which means that you somewhere want to, right? So nobody can tell you what is the right career for you. In fact, the career you are in right now, right? Nobody told you what's right, right? You saw on TV, you saw on your coaching classes, you saw your friends pursue it, your auntie uncles pursue it, and you decided, okay, I will do my MBA, I will do my engineering. So you took an uninformed decision back then as well. So the only way to find out if a career is right for you or not is to give it a chance. One. Second is, if you know that I have the desire to create an impact, I actually want to do a business, I want to see what a business doing business is like, I want to actually have a business of my own, then the only way to find out is actually to do it. And still, if you feel that you have questions around it, I have created live event on this as well. It was not a live event, it was a community session. Again, all the community sessions are available on my YouTube, so you can just go and watch it for free, or you can be inside my community called the Empowered Coach Community. And again, the sessions are available there as well. So coming back to the point, the only way to find out if this is the right career for me or not is to ask yourself, is this something that will make me feel happy? If I am a successful coach, I am making money doing what I love, will this make me happy? If the answer to that is yes, then yes, this is the right career for you, right? Now, another question that I have gotten, not from a lot of people, but I still have gotten, is what is the guarantee that I will do well in this? So the answer is, there is no guarantee in everything. The career you are in right now, the job you're in right now, there's no guarantee that you will not be fired tomorrow, or you will not be laid off, or you will not quit your job. There is no guarantee for anything. The only reason we look for guarantee in business is because we are sold the illusion that a job is somehow safer and a business is somehow more dangerous, when in reality it's not the case. Specifically for a life coaching business, because you're not investing a lot of time and money here. It's basically a skill based thing, right? So no, there is no guarantee and nobody can give you. In fact, if somebody's telling you we can guarantee you something, they're probably lying. The only guarantee to your business is your commitment. If you're an uncommitted person, then no matter what career you pursue, you will fail at it. If you're a committed person, no matter what career you pursue, you will be great at it. You will be successful. So your commitment is what you need to ask, that will I give up? That's the question you need to ask. If the answer to that is yes, then you have the answer, right? Now, the next question I got get is it financially stable? So the question is again about your skill here. If and this is one of the reasons why LCTM is a lifetime program, because you get, you're inside, you get your entire life to complete the program, to get your certification, to learn your business skills. So when it comes to your business, your income potential is limitless, and your income potential is directly proportionate to how much you're willing to learn, right? It's similar to your job, right? Let's say that you start your job as a fresher and you stop learning. You decide, that's it, I am the best, I don't want to learn. What will happen? You'll get fired. You will be replaced by someone who's more skilled than you. It's the same thing here, right? In a business as well. If you can learn how to market yourself, if you can learn how to create an offer, if you can learn how to actually monetize your coaching skills, obviously you will make money, right? So again, this concept of financial stable is also an illusionary concept, because there is no guarantee for anything, be it in a job or a business. The only difference is that in your business, your income potential is something that is determined by you. Nobody gets to decide what you make, right? So if you are someone who's committed, who's willing to learn, then sky's the limit. If you're someone who doesn't want to learn, who's very fearful, who doesn't want to do anything, then probably business is not for you. Okay. And again, I mean it with a lot of love, because you know one thing that I've learned over and over again in my business is commitment. Your commitment is what is going to take you forward, nothing else. There is no magic behind business apart from, are you willing to play the long game, right? Now the last question I get is, what will people think and what will people feel? So this is a question that usually comes from people who feel that they have unsupportive parents or unsupportive partners or unsupportive friends, right? So I actually sent a big voice note inside my community. So inside my Empowered Coach community, I also do a lot of coaching where I tell people about things, where I help them get out of their fears and everything. So you can join that as well. So I will tell you one thing: when it comes to taking advice, okay, from about your career, look for two things. One is the person should be credible. Okay. If you are going to your parents to seek advice about coaching business and they know nothing about this, their advice, and I mean it with a lot of love, is useless, because they are not credible to give you advice, right? So always look or always take advice from someone who's credible. They actually understand what they're talking, what you're talking about. Second is the intention of the person. So maybe someone is credible, right? Maybe you are talking to a coach who's very credible, but their intentions towards you are not good. They may discourage you, they may instill fear in you. So that is again not a person you take advice from. So when it comes to your fears, you need to understand that when you're doing something new, if you are very afraid and you cannot advocate for yourself, just don't share it with a lot of people. Okay, work in silence, and when you feel confident, you can tell people. And if you still want to tell, learn how to be confident and take a stand for yourself, because nobody will come and convince you to pursue something you love. You have to do that for yourself, right? So either advocate for yourself or don't share your dreams with everyone, but don't expect that everyone will support you. Okay, because again, it's not their job, right? And even though they may mean well, they may love you, they just may not have the understanding of what you are doing, and that's okay, right? It's not your fault, it's not their fault either. Okay. So just gonna share last two lines, two three things, which is the mistakes that I made, that I wish I would not have done that. Then we'll end the live event, because it's been 53 minutes. So God, I've been speaking for 53 minutes. Okay. So the first thing that I wish I knew before was a structure and how to do a business. So I'll tell you what, my journey to becoming a coach was a bit messy, because I did my coach training, but then nobody taught me business skills. Nobody taught me that you're supposed to set systems and processes. Nobody taught me how to sell. Nobody taught me how to create offers properly, how to overcome objections properly, how to actually diversify your income as a coach, how to be confident in selling, right? All of these things were not taught to me. So I had to learn from, by myself, from here and others resources. Obviously, I enrolled in different coaching programs and all that. So that entire process was not only expensive, it was time consuming. And this is why I don't want people inside LCTM to go through this, you know, uh, whole dilemma. I want them to not only get their coach training done in one area, but also learn how to do business under that one program only. So I wish I had more structure, because that would have saved me a lot of time and would have, made me a six-figure coach even before than what I did. The second thing I wish I had more of, which I have more of now, is patience. So this is a personal shortcoming of mine that I'm sharing with you. I don't have problem in working hard. Okay, I also am someone who's very growth oriented, so I invest in my brain a lot. I've invested a lot in myself. I'm not afraid of investing. I am also not afraid of investing time as well. Right, I invest money, but I also invest time. But one shortcoming that I had was impatience. Okay, because as a student, I have always been, like one of the top students. A top are the one who gets, awards and everything. And I was always known as a strong student. Okay, so my understanding was always that if I worked hard, I will get result. My understanding was just this. But a business does not work like that. Okay, a business has cycles, and you need to be patient to see the work that you have done bear fruits. And because of my lack of patience, it caused me a lot of frustration and burnout. And why it caused me is because nobody taught me this skill: how to develop patience as a business owner, how to develop the mindset of a business owner. Because I was coming from a mindset of an employee, right? Because I did a job before. I had to instill the mindset of a business owner, which means that instead of looking at monthly income, instead of looking at, oh my God, what is happening every 30 days, I had to think bigger, right? So, this patience which I have right now was not something I did in the beginning of my business. In fact, for the first entire year. So, I wish I was more patient. And this is one of the reasons why I'm going to talk about this so much inside LCTM as well, which is how do you develop the mindset of a business owner? Because that is what is going to differentiate between, it is a difference between a successful life coach and a coach who's not successful, right? So that's it from my side today. I hope you got to learn a lot of things. And if you're someone who is ready to become a coach and start their own coaching business right this year, we are starting LCTM on 20th of July. Right now, we there is a early bird offer that is running, which is going to run till 15th of July. If you're someone who's interested in enrolling into the program, just DM me LCTM and I'll send you the program details, which is again also available in the featured section of my profile. You can book a call with me and you can get inside at the early bird price. And if there are any more questions, feel free to DM me. And if you would like to work with me one on one as, uh, you know, a life coach, then you can just book a clarity call with me. And again, the link is in the featured section of my profile. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I will see you for the next live event, probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow. You can keep a look at my LinkedIn profile to see when I'm going to be showing up next. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Bye bye.